Welcome to the 180 podcast, brought to you by BTFU. It's another week and we've got plenty to talk about. We had a bit of fun on the weekend, so we'll check in with the boys. We've got the Pacific Nations to talk about, the Ashes coming up this weekend, and the Jonah Pezet situation at the Melbourne Storm, which of course I know a bit about. We can talk to as well. Joining me, Reni Matua. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good.
Right.
Not great.
Yeah.
You know, my back's a bit sore. We tried to we went for a run, Centennial on Sunday.
We did, didn't we?
How far did you get?
I did the lap, but Braith said just go at your own pace. So I felt a bit of pressure, and it was packed. There was so many people there.
I'll let him set the pace.
And I thought, you know what, I'm going pretty good here.
You were.
And about, I don't know, we reckon 1.5 K, 2 Ks in.
Probably 2 Ks, I reckon.
This bird goes past me. I think, fuck, that's a bit weird. I'm going quick here. Then the next one goes past, and I thought, fuck, it was deflating. It was like tackling for 3 sets, and then your winger just dropping a sitter. It was just like, oh. And then Braith goes, I'm going.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good for my ego. When the two girls ran past us, and they weren't even together, but it was a solid pace. It was around the 5:40 split, and I'm thinking he's doing well here. But these days, like running it's such a big thing. Like everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
And Centennial was packed, eh? Like
Packed.
How was the optic?
peak.
Mate, I was just holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
There was no chance to have a look around. When he left, I was just like, oh.
Well, when they went past me, I'm like, I'm not letting them run past me. And I
Yeah.
just took off, and then I got on the back of this tall. He was about 6'8", weighed about 3 kilos, and he was running. He was running 420. I didn't look at my watch. He was like 420 splits, and I'm like, I didn't look for the first K or two, and then I started nearly dying. And I'm checking my watch, and it was 420s. I'm like, no, I can't keep doing this. No. I ended up dropping off. But those tall, lanky guys, they run forever, right?
Mate, even the girls run well too.
They do.
And when you're, it's so deflating.
We are 43,
Yeah.
you know, over 100
but we're
kilos
still
and played
competitive.
15 years of
But
footy.
we're still competitive, right?
Yeah.
So, no, that was. But other than that, Braith, I had a good weekend. I could probably count on one hand how many drinks I had.
Oh, wow.
5. Well, I was with
watching
you
the
Saturday.
test,
We had
yeah.
the fireball
Yeah.
promo.
That was fun.
That was fun.
They were getting
They were
loose
wine-
there.
yeah.
We
They were
walked in
winding
there.
See our man John's he's
Aaron
had an
Macy,
ankle.
by the way. Aaron,
How are we? I missed the black shirt, memo.
Unibet specialist. You're like got a onesie on, is it? Or is it too? Or you do have shorts
Just
on?
roll out of bed.
Well, they said it's going to be hot today, so I just went and tried to go neutral colours.
You
And
look hot, mate. That's good.
thanks, man. What about the beard going on, Braith?
Yeah, a bit of the European. Because I have to shave 6 days a week during the year, and it does my head in because I hate shaving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the Ashes this week. I'm going to let it go until Saturday. Is it
Silver
all right or
fox.
no?
I
good?
like it.
It's going to
Yeah,
Clooney.
Something a bit different.
Bit of Brad Pitt going
Go
on.
on the Clooney look.
But they were going. Well, we walked into a tornado, didn't we? The fireball party.
Mate, it couldn't
What
have
about
been
the blokes on the way in?
dinner plates.
Oh my god,
Mate,
they were off chops.
They were off guts, and that like you didn't. It's not a place you wanted to be when you're off the drink, right? So we walk in, and he's like, "We've got to have one drink," and I'm like, "We got to." They're like, and then we'll just standing there awkwardly, but they're having fun, you know.
No, we walked in, but these guys weren't even with fireball. They were just like, because
Yeah.
it was a hostel.
It's a hostel.
Hostel,
Oh,
like,
backpackers.
It was a cool idea from Fireball. They got this hostel and they hired a room and turned it into a Fireball room, which we did the podcast from last week. But then we rocked up. These two dudes were at the front. They started yelling at us straight away. Their fingers were like this. Their eyes were like dinner plates. And they come up to the
Spirit fingers,
to the room. We're like, no, we're good. We're good.
He goes, "I saw you on the Mooney." I'm like, "What?"
Mooney.
You're on the
Mooney.
Mooney.
Mooney's halfway to Central
Oh,
Coast.
I don't know what they were saying, but yeah, we walked into a.
You got a little curveball up there or something we don't know about, maybe.
He loves it.
Anyway, we'll move on. He's starting to sweat again. The Everest. Let's have a quick touch on
Yeah,
that.
fucking
I mean, we didn't go. I went last year with the Fox League team, and it was a cracking day. But we just got back from Bali. I had the girls all weekend. Wasn't up for it. Azza,
I was out there.
you were out there, and you're on fire. Some good tips again, mate. I've
I've
killing
been
it.
the last 3 weeks, yes, I think, a lot. As I said, good tracks, good horses,
Yeah.
try and pick the eyeballs out of them.
Yeah.
This week, we've got Cox Plate, tight
Yeah.
winding track, not usually my favourite. And then we have what is my favourite week of the year, Flemington Carnival.
Yeah, nice.
Mate, you did outstanding.
We'll fire up.
Yeah.
The
But
only one that was disappointing was Apocalyptic, was it?
You know what?
Like,
No.
'cause-
The horse itself wasn't disappointing. He just completely butchered the ride. I think he just wanted. I said there's one thing that could beat the horse, the Sydney horse going to Caulfield, which is a worry. It's a horse that likes to sit and then just go off, and I think he just tried to ride it like the best horse.
At Ford hard.
The way you reverse the rides, like if you saw how Nash rode Private Eye, like I tipped
You
it.
tipped that too, didn't you?
If it sat like that, I think Apocalyptic wins.
What'd you tip for?
Yeah, 4 or 5, 4 or 5,
out of
something like
6. 4 out of 6. That's
I
pretty,
think-
pretty damn good. You'll be
I'm last, and then I was going 3 and I was under. Try and keep it
happy
going.
days.
How was your night?
Night was good. Where did we go? A bit of Tanuki, something different.
Oh, as soon as you say Tanuki, you know where that ends up.
Yeah. No, it was actually, you know what?
Well, you were a bit
Really-
late to the podcast, but when was Tanuki?
No, I just finished up about an hour ago. Actually, left Jules. Our little man Jules. No, honestly, it was a real good night. Good buzz about town. I think everyone was out. You got to give it to Volandis with what he's done once again with that. That atmosphere before they do the Sweet Caroline,
So
everyone
good,
just
yeah.
roars.
Look good.
Yeah, plenty.
What
of
about
fillies
you,
out.
Braith? You're looking good, mate. You're glowing.
I'm training hard.
You are training.
Funny you
hard.
say that, Ren.
I couldn't take my shirt off around you in Bali, and
Funny you say that. Now I've bought this product in, and it's a. I'm going to plug it for a good reason though. Pharmaceuticals, Reni.
yeah.
Collagen product. They used to have the gels, right? They've got a new one out.
I say it sounds like Kama Sutra.
Yeah, no, it is. It's gold. It's gold. This
Got
stuff.
the gel.
Ultra Performance are
Yep.
the new sachets. They're the powder that you put in your drinks. Take it every morning. But I was taking the gels, and then they brought a new product, the Ultra Performance, out for men. And I've done a bit of work with them now, and Tim Zoo's got to come on board too, because we've been testing the last 3 months.
Yep.
No fillers, no synthetics, no sugars, clinically proven, and it's just, I feel that good in the mornings for training.
Yep.
Which is one thing. My skin's the
You're
best it's
glowing.
ever been. I'm the lowest body fat I've been since I played
I know.
for the Dogs.
You're looking like a racehorse.
But the big thing too, it boosts your testosterone up to 20%, right, within 90 days.
Yep.
But also for us, one good thing for you is it's your sexual desire can go up 42%. Honestly.
Gimme.
Yeah. Take some products.
Well, let's say, what did the gels do?
You know
Which kind of gel?
It's also recovery though, mate. Like, as we're getting on,
Mate,
and I'm recovering so good from sessions.
That is my biggest
for
thing.
your joints. Your joints. Sorry, the mic's
And
gone
no
a bit.
shit, like honestly, Braith,
Muscles.
recovery at our age, because we have this bloody competitive mindset and we go too hard, it's fucking vital, man. So it's good for recovery, right?
It is, and as I said, they've killed it with the gels. Actually, like were mainly females, but males did take it and saw instant improvements in all areas. But now they've got this Ultra Performance, which I know. I don't represent a product unless I really believe in
Yeah,
it, and I don't see. And I tested it.
Does it help with sleep?
It does, and anxiety as well.
And anxiety.
Because anxiety, we were talking, Ren. This is a big thing as well. We were talking since we got back from Bali. The instant,
Yep.
like coming back to Sydney and just, whether it's kids or work or just like the hustle and bustle, we got instant anxiety. We're talking about
Straight away.
it. Even though I'm not working as hard as I was because the season's done, and it's because I wasn't taking this while I was over there. But mate, it's a winner. So for all the men out there, especially guys getting
How do you get it?
30s, you go Pharmaceuticals, go on
It's
their
online.
website. You can go on their Instagram page as well, and check it out. It's a game changer. It absolutely.
I might need it. I cannot sleep at night. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm in reverse.
I'll give you some of this. There's heaps there. I've got some in the car. We'll sort it out. But check it out. Now, a lot of news, boys. It's about
it's all around you.
It is. Well, not me. Around Jonah, Pezet. Let's get into it, I suppose.
Give us the rundown. Like I've seen it go pretty viral overnight. Tell us the deal, what your thought process is behind it. How hard was it for Jonah to leave Melbourne?
Yeah, really tough. It's been an ongoing deal, like in terms of negotiations, and there's been a few moving parts because, and we've spoken about it on the podcast, so I don't want to bore anyone, but there was a clause with Jerome Hughes, and essentially what we got told a long time, like a year ago when we signed Jonah to Melbourne on the extension, was that Jerome is most likely not going to be there at the end of his deal. Not because they don't love him or that he's not a great player, because he is, we all know that. But I think he was looking to move back to Queensland. His missus was keen on that. and I think they were going to go with Jonah and Cameron in the halves. That was their thought process. We got blindsided by the signing of Jerome, not because we don't think he's an amazing player or that they should have signed him or not. It was just that we didn't expect it.
Yep.
I got a phone call, listen, we're going to sign Jerome. I had the clause in there. I was like, okay, well, we can still try and make this work, right? So Melbourne still wanted to keep Jonah. Then as the year went on, Jonah really didn't get the opportunity we thought he would, especially when Jerome went down, which was a concern for us. Then he played, obviously, in the final against Bulldogs, got man of the match. And we're like, we've been holding him back too long here. Yeah. We kind of thought he could have got more opportunity this year and may have got him into the grand final and he could have had an impact in it. I don't know. But, they made that decision and next year, there's so many different scenarios here, but next year they were saying, listen, we want to keep him for next year now as well because they're going to move Cameron to fullback and play Jonah in the halves with Jerome, but where does Fa'alongo and Pappenhausen go? So for us, there wasn't much clarity there, and we thought we could end up staying here and the same thing happened next year, and he's so ready now, Ren. You can't hold him back. We saw that. Now, trying to get to the situation as we did, or it hasn't been signed yet either, right? Okay. But I will say there's a strong likelihood that it will happen the way that it's been put in the media.
Yep.
Then what happened next was when we executed the clause, he became off contract, so completely off. So the loan wasn't necessarily a loan, even though we'd been talking to Parramatta and a few other clubs about a loan.
Yep.
We come to the we as a group are very hands-on, strategic. It's me and his dad who's a first-grade player, and Jonah's probably got the best IQ out of any player I've ever met. Not just like as a client, I mean ever.
And how old
and Melbourne
is he?
talked to that. He's 22.
22.
And a lot of the decision making was around opportunity, where he's going to flourish and being the genuine number 7. So really we come to it like, well, Parramatta he goes to for a year. Him and Rolsey are like this. They talk on the regular. Even since Rolsey left, they would talk, every couple of weeks. And they're really close. And a lot of Jonah's, where he is right now, he does put in give Rolsey credit for. Of course, Melbourne and Bellyache and all the boys there, but Rolsey was a big part of that at one point. And we thought, go to a club that's on the improve, evolving, knows the standards because he's come from the same ones as with Rolsey, plays along Mitch Moses for development. Jonah's built different. Like I'm telling you, he's built different, and he's going there to win. To win a comp, to get in the top 8 and to partner Mitch and to give his all for the club. But that was, we thought, it was a hard one to decide whether Parra or Brisbane because they were both great deals. And it had nothing to do with Melbourne because money, Melbourne would have kept going. They didn't want to lose him. So it wasn't, it was not money based at all on my kid's life.
Yep.
It was purely just opportunity and to see where Jonah can be his best, right? The Brisbane thing, I mean, that's hard to knock back. Like the Brisbane opportunity come a bit later.
So obviously Parramatta wanted a long-term deal.
Of course they did, yeah. And Brisbane, to partner Ezra Mam, Reece Walsh, 3 of the best young and up-and-coming combined when you add Jonah in your spine. You watch them play this year, you add Jonah into that, he's only going to get better. Yeah. And to be the Brisbane Broncos, a powerhouse club, right? Number 7, taken over from Adam Reynolds. Yeah. Like, what else do you want? What better opportunity could you have? Yeah. And, it was really exciting to sort of go through that process with him and give him that opportunity. And it was hard to knock that back, So that's where we've landed.
Okay. I'm with you 100% on.
No, throw anything you want at me. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of backlash.
There has been a lot of backlash, and I can see.
There's also been some massive credit to you. Or I've seen it. Actually, a few people have said,
it's a great deal. As a manager, like he's done the right thing by his client. In every scenario there is, it's the right decision for Jonah to
even from when you put the clause in.
Yeah,
that was
to get an opportunity at Parramatta and then to sign with Brisbane with their fucking spine, their forward pack, where they're going. It's outstanding. But I can understand. I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here. I can understand Parramatta fans. Might be a little bit annoyed. I see the pros in it.
Yep.
And I definitely see the cons. So Can you sort of understand where Parramatta fans might be a little bit upset? And how does this benefit Parramatta long term with the 1 year deal?
Well, I mean, it doesn't. Okay, if you want to ask me I'll go to the start with that.
Yep.
So I've noticed fans too, and even Hindy on Triple M, who's a Parramatta legend.
Yep.
And, you know, I love him. He's got every right to have his say. But this is not taken lightly. It's very strategic here. And if you don't know the human being in Jonah and if you speak to the coaches in Melbourne and how hard of his work ethic, his intelligence, his competitiveness, he's going there to win, right? So that I just want to squash that. But he what he brings from the Melbourne system to what he'll bring in with Rolsey into that Parramatta system, they'll go wow, you know. So he'll already set a standard, you know. He'll lead all the fitness. He'll lead all the skills. He'll be the first one on the field, last one off it. This is what you bring into your club. You bring in a kid who's 22 years of age, who's a future superstar. You're bringing great work ethic and core values. You're partnering him up with one of the best halves, if not the best half in the competition. You're in a team that are on the rise. He comes in and turns him into a top 8 team, maybe even higher. Who knows? Rolsey knows him better than anyone. And he's the head coach. Yeah. And if you trust Rolsey, which Parramatta fans have so far, he's not going to take this lightly or makes his decision if he thinks it's going to interrupt his team or his club or his progress, because he's under huge pressure. So he knows. Now, in terms of development, you want to win now.
Yeah, correct.
The Bulldogs, look at the Bulldogs did this year, right? No, I don't want to go down that path, but you want to win now.
Absolutely.
You want to strike while the iron's hot. You've got Iongi out the back. You've got De Silva and the two gun nines there now, and you've got Mitch and speed out on the edges. You want to win now. Yeah. Now he what he brings to that club, I just spoke to, but if they have a great year next year, they're not going to go backwards. They got some gun halves who are not ready.
And I think that
not ready.
That's got to be. This is the key thing that I think Rolsey's done. Has gone. We've got the freak fullback.
Yep.
We've got, I think, the best half in the game. We've got probably a 6 that's not just ready, but has a kid who is going to come in, gives a chance of winning a comp, but also teach those kids to get them ready for the following year.
Right? If he signs with the Roosters, it's bringing experience. That's what Jonah brings to the club. He makes everyone better around him.
100%.
So
and obviously it's a bit different DCA, but it's the same. It's the exact same theory. No, it's the same. It's the exact same theory.
What I understand, I do understand. Like, they've missed out on the long-term deal and they're disappointed, right? And I get that.
There's still value in that.
And I didn't mention they're getting him cheap because he's on for his caliber, they're getting him really cheap, but. You just got to look at, and even who they play, I've lost his name. They played him at the back end of the year there and didn't set the world on fire. They got raps on him, but
I've just got.
I've lost him. You said it before.
Papali?
Yeah, Joash, is it? No?
No, I don't know.
Well, the young.
No, this is a young Papali.
Anyway,
Papali.
But I lost what I was going to say, but I just go on.
No, I think you got to see that. The value in it as a Parramatta supporter and just not look at the long-term side of things.
Come back to me now. So originally it was just going to be a 1 year loan anyway and go back to Melbourne. And everyone seemed okay with that. Right? Everyone was okay with the 1 year loan, go back to Melbourne. Now all we've done really is it's essentially the same thing. He's going there for a year and then he's just going on to Brisbane instead of back to Melbourne.
Okay.
So why does that change or move the goalposts in terms of whether it's a good or bad decision? Because it feels like to me it has shifted a lot since he just didn't sign the long-term deal there.
Yeah.
Again, I understand, right? But in my opinion, and again, this is through knowing this kid, he's built differently. And if you have a special talent that you can have your hands on that's got a good relationship with the coach and will only bring positivity to your footy club on and off the field, why wouldn't you do it?
Well, Jace, Rolsey knows the ramifications of signing him for 1 year, and he's willing to take the backlash to sign Jonah for 1 year because he knows how beneficial it is.
But you guys tell me, if he doesn't go there, are they better off?
No way. I think it's genius.
Am I not seeing something here?
And it's not got nothing to do with you. I personally think it's a fantastic signing for 1 year because my only question is it's the opposite to every other bloody team out there. They've actually got 2 genuine number 7s. But what I think that will allow is to probably both of them open up their running game, and probably especially with Moses.
Moses running
Because
game.
Moses
Remember when he
running
played
game's phenomenal. So like when he does play a little bit like a 6, I think it will give him more freedom. And I just think it gives them strike both sides because you've got 2 genuine 7s that can kick.
2 of the best kicking games in the comp.
100%.
In the same team.
They're playing
And can I don't look
get
how
it.
good, let's just scrap, just look at the last 8 weeks of Parramatta of this year. Like how good was it?
outstanding.
So imagine a full preseason now and you've now got a Jonah Pezet playing there.
You know, you seen
No,
like
for me,
well,
I'd be- if
you
I'm a
saw you saw like again. I don't want to say his name, but you seen it the Dogs when they threw someone in, you know, who wasn't quite maybe ready for that big change in mid-season. You can throw blokes in like at a young age, and the Dogs are doing a great thing holding back Mitch Woods and all that. Like, you know, it's a long career, and Jonah's done his apprenticeship and he's ready. You know, these young kids who they've got there, they'll be great for them in 2 years, 3 years. And they can learn from Jonah and Mitch. They can watch it unfold. They can do extras with them. They can develop their own game, and Rolsey and the coaches can develop them so that when it's a clean swap. When Jonah goes out, these guys are ready.
Yeah.
It's
At the end of the day, you're not going to please everyone in rugby league. You know that,
you
right? You're never
do.
going to keep anyone happy.
You never do.
And at the end of the day, it's a decision that Jonah and his family had to make essentially it's his career.
Yeah.
He once he finishes, he looks back and thinks, I could have made that decision, I could have made that. We all could have made better decisions or different decisions, but this was something that he had to decide. And
No, I'm really proud of him, and I'm really happy with the. I think it's an amazing deal. Two big, powerful clubs that Jonah gets the opportunity to play for, and I just know what he's like. So I know that they're both going to benefit, and I know that he will as well. And he's he's so pumped, like he's so excited about it. I think the fans are warm to it. It's like everything. There's high pressure though, as always.
Yeah.
You got to perform, you got to deliver, and that's up to him now. But
Does this now firm up the chances of Munster staying in Melbourne?
yeah, to clear that up. When we were having the negotiations, because we were trying to do so many things at once, it was such a tricky period. Cameron was allowed to talk to Perth if we wanted to, given that if Jonah stayed. So I'm trying to we didn't know if Jonah was going to leave Melbourne really until the last couple of days. So I'm trying to still entertain Perth for Cameron. But then because Jonah stayed, that won't happen. Like he won't. What I would say is I don't think it'll happen. Like Melbourne have said to us, no, we're keeping Cameron, and now we won't allow him to negotiate with Perth, and that's fair enough. Whether that changes over the next 12 months, I'm not sure. But right now, it looks like that's squashed, unless they come to us and say, listen, you can talk to him again. But right now, they've said no.
It's been a long time since I've seen Melbourne manage their roster. I wouldn't say poorly, but have this kind of dilemma, right? They've got...
It's a bit of a catch-22 for them, Ren. So they've been under so much stress trying to keep all the players now for so long. And even now they're under stress with Jonah, and they're trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because Melbourne rarely miss, right? So they've tried to make it happen, and Trippy and Bunny and Frank and Craig are great to deal with. We've got even with this happening, left on good terms. It was all above board, but you look at it now and you go, it might not be a bad thing for them because they're actually going to have some money now. They don't need to worry about the Jonah money. There's a bit of up in the air around Pappenhausen. I don't know what Paps is doing. I'm hearing lots of stuff, and I'm not going to say anything on this potty because I'm not sure and I don't want to be out of line. But I'm hearing, I don't know, I'm just hearing, I'm not sure if he'll be
He's
there.
one of the big names that's tossed up with Rugby 360.
Yeah, and I just don't know where they stand there. They've got rid of Nelson. If Paps doesn't play there, just say that scenario, and then Jonah, freed up the money with Jonah, they can actually start making a bit of a play and a little bit of a rebuild there and look for what they actually need. If you look at their I look at their centres, and we spoke after the grand final, and their sort of speed and genuine centres, and they're kind of lacking a little bit of flair and creativity and X factor in those positions. They probably need another forward now. They definitely need another forward now.
Yeah.
Do they put Farlungo at fullback?
Yeah.
Like we said after the grand final, he's got Reese's similarities, not as good as Reese. of course, it's impossible to be as good as Reece, but he's got the potential. He's electric.
Very special.
Oh, special. But
Is there any news on where Nels might end up?
No, I haven't heard anything. I got the mail that he was gone.
Yep.
And they'd come to an agreement, but I didn't. I haven't heard where. Yep. Haven't heard where. All right. So anything else on that? That's pretty much it.
I think we've pretty much clarified what's going on there, and like I said, you either like it or you don't. But at the end of the day, it's his career.
And even the deal, like I was getting a lot of people when you said, like a lot of people were saying great work, and I'm proud of it. Like what we were able to execute. It's never been done before, but it was only never been done before because of the clause we had in. And the situation that presented itself. It wasn't like, and people are saying trade windows and all that, but the reality is, how often is a player going to be let to negotiate because he's had a clause in his contract and it's all in November, it's all just before November, and it had the luxury of, signing both contracts.
And that was once again, I give credit to you. I remember you and I sat down around Christmas last time, we're talking about how much ability he has and all of that sort of stuff. And then you said about the clause in his contract, because I go, where does he go? Like how long until he gets his start? Because it doesn't look like those two halves are going anywhere. Yeah.
If I didn't have the clause in the contract, he'd be cooked.
He'd be cooked.
He'd be just sitting and not, who knows? Maybe it might have forced them to make it. They still would have probably. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go there. All right, let's move on. And Pacific Championships, Ren. We were chilling on what was it, Saturday afternoon? Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Both watching it.
Yep.
Not together, but what did you think? Do you want to talk about the girls' game first, or do you want to go?
I think that was the game.
Quick touch on the girls.
The girls, that Fetu Samoa team versus the Ferns. They're called the Ferns. The girls. I think that was the game of the round.
Good game, wasn't it?
Fuck, it was a good game, man.
That centre scored the winning try. She's a beast.
She's a Brizzy girl. She's outstanding. But I have to give credit to Jamie Sow. We did a community event together in Grafton a couple of months ago, and I said, he's obviously the coach for the girls. I go, how's this team look? He goes, Ren, I'm telling you right now.
Were you surprised by it, were you?
Well, no, I wasn't. Well, I was just going off Jamie.
I mean, like,
because I don't know. I'm not following the NRLW as close as I should be. I will next year. But he said, mate, the girls are all, like, the majority of them are 18. They're all young. I think he said one of their best players are out. He goes, we're going to give the World Cup a shake. He goes, this is going to be, we'll give the Pac champs a run, but these girls are young.
Yeah.
And then they came out with that much enthusiasm. They were hitting hard. You should have seen their scramble defense. Suaso, like the girl that got girl of the match, she was fucking a beast. But on the other side of that, it was game of two halves. They put 20 points on them, and the crowd's going mad. I thought, this is unbelievable. And then the Kiwis turn the tide, and experience comes in. Ali Lauatides, I think it's his daughter.
Yeah.
Did you see her? She was a Lauatidi, right? She came on. She played like Ali.
Is that the one that put a shot on?
Like flicks, like no one could handle her. I was like, oh my God, she's like exactly like her father, if that's her father.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they beat them 22-20. But
you actually cost them the win.
Yeah, I know.
Because you went on your Instagram when it was 20-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, I posted the try.
Because he posted it, I didn't know it was on. So I jumped on and it was 20-18. I went, 20. What the fuck have you done here, mate?
I said to Mum, well, I've jinxed them.
You jinxed them.
Oh, fuck it.
There is a lot of weight.
That's why I didn't post anything for the male, for the men's game.
You know the best thing I got out of what you just said then? It was a game of two halves.
Yeah.
It usually is. Let's move on to the next one.
Well, it's 20-0 and then 22-20.
Brother, come on, man, relax. All right, All right, New Zealand take it on Samoa. This was a great game too. This was a great game, and you are the specialist here, so I'll bring it to you. But what I'll take away from the game is I thought Samoa should have won, and that's not because you're here. I just did. They lacked creativity and they didn't ice their moments late in the game. I want to give a rap to Payne Haas. My God. In a losing team, look at his stats. And Dylan Brown.
Yeah.
It was his best game in a long time. Yeah. He'd had a tough year with everything. The decision to go to Newcastle, the money around it, drop from Parra, playing the centres, comes out. He was the best player on the field, man of the match. Set up two, I believe, scored the match winner.
Joseph Tuppenny was outstanding. Just from the Samoan point of view, you always know, like, when you go into camp, and because of the new RLPA rules around assembling the team, you can't be together more than 2 weeks before a first test, I believe. So there was a lot of players that hadn't played for many weeks. You know, some hadn't played for 7 weeks or since round 27. You could see that everyone was a little bit rusty. The whole game felt like a bit of a there was still impact, but you could see the cohesion off. And that's hard when you bring a camp together. You got two, you know, you got Blaze Talangi, who's only a young kid. He was great. If I'm going to start with the Samoan side, Payne Haas was unbelievable. Jerome Luai just lacked a little bit of cohesion in good ball. He could have been a little bit deeper. I thought their game plan, they tried to shift early, and I thought, I can see what you're trying to do, but I don't think this is the test to do it.
They didn't change on the run either.
No.
They didn't adapt to the conditions or the defence.
Yeah. And you could see the fatigue come into the game because it is. So I don't want to be too critical of the Samoan side. There were things that could definitely be better. Yeah. It's hard to do a preview on a game where you don't know what sort of sides are going to turn up.
So you think the levels will go up as this series goes on with fitness and I think game time?
This is great that they got a game in because this is going to be the biggest game of the Pac Champs. This is against Tonga, which we'll get into later. But for New Zealand, right, Joseph Tapine, he fucking he's just getting better with age. And I've always had such a big rap on this kid because he moves like Sonny. He's not as I wouldn't say he'd have the skill like Sonny, but
he's good looking.
He just reminds me of Sonny. He's got footwork, he can offload, he can hit. He led that New Zealand forward pack, especially against Payne Haas, Papali'i.
He's so consistent.
He was just, but he's grown with his career because he had you could see the potential. And he would come in and out of games. Now he's playing 80 minutes of just pure experience, strength, skill. Who else was good? Dylan Brown, like you said. But the other kid, Casey McLean.
Oh, my God.
19 years old, right?
How strong is he for what he weighs?
So in defence, that first try they scored, there was no reason for Tungle to turn in.
His teammate.
He should have his teammate because he knows how classy he is. So he was like, fuck, what's he going to do? Burns him on the outside, scores that try. The second try was just a little bit of a second phase play. He runs through Junior and he runs through
Roger.
RTS.
Yeah. He carried him over. He kept his legs going and carried them both. And he could have kept going if it was further.
He knocked out Mariota with that carry, just dropped his hip into him. He's gone for probably the series now. Right. He's got some defensive deficiencies that he will get better. But man, 19-year-old kid playing against that Samoan. He can't
look so wiry still, doesn't he?
He looks like a kid still, but you can say, they're only playing against. Have a look at that Samoan team.
No, you can't say that.
You can't say that anymore.
You can't.
Mate, that is a 19-year-old kid playing against an experienced Pacific Island, big, powerful team.
How will they go against Tonga?
We'll go there at the preview, but it's hard for me to talk about it. It's one I've got shivers thinking about it. And I've got to give my man Foz
Foz,
I was going to say Foz.
The chief, Foz.
I actually watched the thing that SJ did and the chat around, and I could see Foz, his ass was hanging out towards the end. I was thinking, I was like, this poor bloke, he's called retirement.
How many Voltarans does he take?
He's a Voltaren veteran, honestly. Right? He'd have stomach ulcers for days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to give our man Foz a big rap. He was,
always. He's just a tough bastard.
Imagine coming up against, being 35, you're already fucking running on one leg anyway, and then you've got to play against a Samoan team like that.
But you know what? He just it's just experience, kicking game, kick to the corners, turn them around, lets the other guys do the fancy shit. You know, he just steered him around the park.
That simplicity,
experience. You know, and you need that. You talk about. Because for years, the Pacific Islands, their teams struggled in spine, right? Because, if you look at the way that, the Fijian Samoans have always played, it's been flamboyant, and they grew up in union-based, in union-based towns, cities, whatever. And a lot of it's sevens and nines and, they have to – and they still play that way, and that's what makes them so special. But it's now – from both Samoa and New Zealand, Tonga, they're starting you look Qatar, which we'll talk to soon. But you're getting these players now that are just more complete, and that's why they're competing now and can possibly beat the Aussies. Just quickly, the Hammer, his allegiance to Samoa. Quick touch on that.
So Samoa did a promo last night in Logan, and if you've been to Logan, it's pretty much a little Samoa, little Tonga. There's a lot of islanders out there. And they got him up on stage and he's pledged his allegiance to Samoa in the World Cup. I'm not too sure why he pulled out of this one, but Yeah, that's huge news,
All right, let's get to the next one, which is Tonga up against Samoa this weekend, and then we'll get to the Ashes. It's the Aussies taking on England. A quick preview on this one, Reni.
Man, it's hard to call, because you don't know what you're getting. You've got Iongi is going to be playing at 6. Have you got the team up there?
I do on my just on my phone.
So Iongi's playing 6, right? So you've got a manufactured 6. I'm sure he's played plenty of 6, but I think he's more dangerous at fullback. Their forward pack. Do you want to read it out, Mace?
Fullback is where we started here. Fanua Blake, Havili, Uka Stefano.
You two Kamani, mate.
Uka. I know. I should know that.
You're a bit rattled.
Katoa, Taumalolo.
That's their forward pack, bro.
But do you know what? This is the biggest difference for me in the side, and I'd probably take a little bit Katoa at half. I just think he.
And I'll tell you what, this is the thing with the Tongan
He's a
side.
genuine 7.
With the Tongan team, they've been under Wolfie for 10, 12 years now. So,
Really?
Yeah, he's been there since.
Jeez.
Has it been that long?
I don't know.
When did Taumalolo and
That's a long time.
That was
man.
2018? 27?
for Feeder.
I'm not saying you're wrong. That sounds like a lot.
He's been there a while now. So
First.
he's built
Tonga.
the rapport, the relationship, everything. He understands the culture for Tonga.
Yeah.
They went over to Tonga before
I
this
just saw
game.
that. I watched that.
Yeah, I saw
He
that too.
understands it, right? I don't think the Samoan coach hasn't won a game yet. Benny Gardner, is it Ben Gardner?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. But I'm not.
Benny
I'm not
Gardner,
shit,
assistant coach.
I'm not trying to fucking shit on him, but
You just did.
this is
Good guy, Benny Gardner.
and this is the thing with Tonga. They will play to their strengths, whereas we in the past have tried to manufacture a game plan with not the right players. When you said without the complete players in key positions, so this is going to be a fucking tough game. I see Samoa getting that first game under their belt as an advantage because they're going to be a little bit more match fit. They understand a bit more the pressure they're under as well because they lose, they're gone. Just to give people a bit of reference about Tonga and Samoa. And if you look back in history of like the islands, Tonga is still a monarchy, right? So they're called the Kingdom of Tonga. And they ruled the Pacific for a long time. They ruled, they were Fiji, they took over Samoa. So it wasn't until they went to war with Samoa back in the day and after, hundreds of years of being occupied and that they kicked the King of Tonga out of Samoa. So this is, people don't understand how much this means to Tonga and
tell
Samoa.
us.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
that's because I'm getting good insight here. I didn't know
there
this.
is history that we shouldn't bring up now because we're pretty much one people. We're the same people, right?
Yeah, but if you're saying it means that people still think it.
Still people
Well,
say think.
it's essentially war.
It's war.
It's
right?
like how we stole the bread.
As long as people people understand is that it's all
That's in the Ashes one.
I missed that one.
Sorry. No, we stole the bread and convicts got sent out here.
Yeah, yeah. You stole a loaf, didn't you?
I stole a kebab. Stole a gyros. I stole taram
It's
salada.
funny because
Sorry. Taram salada. Yeah. Yeah, no, go on.
It's like when you're watching it, people come across as we're brothers and we're brothers in arm. But you get the bragging rights for the next 12 months. It's like an Origin series. When Samoa and Tonga play, they get who gets bragging rights. So as long as everyone keeps it civil, it's a sold out
Suncorp.
Sold out.
It'll be in the flags and the colours. It's going to be awesome. Who are you tipping, Ren?
Well, definitely not Tonga.
Yeah.
No, I'll be calling the game with Triple M on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So
Is that your debut?
that's my debut. Colour commentator.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reni Matua
Wow.
calling the game on Triple M. What time? I'm tuning in.
No, don't.
Huh?
Do you want to go for a little just quiet Tanuki dinner Saturday?
I've got Triple M Saturday too.
Monday-itis.
You pulled out Saturday, haven't you?
No, I'm
Dead
doing the
Legends.
final one the week after because I'm doing the Ashes.
So I'm doing the double header.
Beautiful.
Sunday.
All right, let's get to the Ashes. Now, the teams have been named. Australia taking on the Pommies over there in England. It's a great team, this Australian one. Can you get the teams up for us, please, Az? Now, it's not really – is there any – I don't think there's many surprises to it. Now, I think looking at this game for me, if you look at the teams 1 to 17, you just go on Australia by how much, right? But you've got to take into a number of factors, take into account.
Yeah.
Is the England team not up yet?
England team's not up.
Okay, they haven't announced it. All right, so you got to take in a number of factors. I think we've said it. I think we've said it. Like, yeah, they've only been in camp for 2 weeks. I think not even a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yep.
Probably closer to 2 weeks. By the game, maybe 2.5, 3. They got a star-studded team.
I want to say Reece Walsh and Marky Mark together. Like, fuck me.
Well, that's the thing, right? So, like, okay, they got to deal with the conditions over there, cold, maybe raining, whatever. Home ground advantage issues in England. The referees they love to cheat over there, or not cheat, I shouldn't say. They love to.
They like to manipulate the rules.
They are shocking over there when it comes to test matches.
The dead ball line?
No, they've got. Haven't you seen this one, sir? Should have been the Specsavers.
Mate, honestly, it's not good. But that's okay. You know you're going to get that, and I think Australia accept that. Kevy, bit of pressure on him. You know, he wants a first grade gig. He's got an opportunity to coach Australia. He's got Gordy over there as assistant coach.
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
I didn't even say anything.
No,
I love
Gordy's
Gordy.
assistant coach.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think I'd get a laugh out of just announcing he's assistant coach.
I pissed myself when I seen that. I laughed.
And then
Gordy,
and
I
Willie
love you.
Peters, which is I think Willie will be working hard if Gordy's his assistant over there. Willie's shoulders will be
he's
sore.
His back will be sore.
Willie's shoulders will be like boulders.
Is it actually just quickly? Is there any mail on where Willie is next year?
Willie, like he's contracted the whole, but I think we did the right thing this year. You know, we knocked back any opportunities, focused on winning the treble. He got the treble done, which has never been done by Hull. Only 4 or 5 teams have ever done it in the history of the game. Got coach of the year again. He's in the box seat. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to talk. I don't want to talk too much to it because I don't want to disrespect Hull.
And what we probably should. We spoke about Foz. Jared Rivera-Hardgraves.
Yeah.
I was with Friendy, and he said,
No drop.
no. But I was surprised with what he said. He goes, he's the best player to ever play at the Roosters.
Yeah.
Like I sat with him the other day, and that was the comment that he made. He goes, he is the best player
Because
to
it
ever play at
encapsulates
the
a lot of
Roosters.
things, Aaron. I would say that's.
And I wanted to get your because obviously
that refers to as the best, probably best player he's played with in terms of a teammate, like one that would die for you, that you just want next to you when you go to war. That's Jared. And then you add his performances, like he is the ultimate rugby league player. You know, forward, hard-assed, fucking doesn't take a step backwards, would do anything he'll shed blood, which we saw. We've seen him shed blood time after time. Was it Anzac Day game?
Yeah, that Anzac Day game.
The guy's a beast. And you know what? Like one thing people don't know about him is that he leads all the training. Like his fitness I'm sure it probably dropped off. When I played with him,
you played with him, yeah.
When I played with him, I wouldn't. He was the fittest forward by a mile.
Yeah.
And he was up there with the top of us in the fitness. But for a bloke his size, he was one of the fittest guys. If you would look at size weight ratio, he was probably one of the fittest forward. I would say, if not the fittest forward I ever played with.
If I could say there's one player I'd want to play alongside, I think Jared would be in the top 3.
There you go.
Everyone, and the other thing I want to say, and lucky I've been to see, from the second, like you see him there, like literally taking heads off, punching on, and the second he's off the field, you've never seen a kinder, gentle, with kids signing
he's a best
jersey,
bloke.
and it's like he's so timid.
He'd do anything for kids.
Yeah, anything.
He always gives his time, photos, all that. He even went over to Az's house and gave him a cuddle one night.
Patted him to bed, patted him to sleep.
Sleep Az.
So we got a few debutants in this Aussie team. You've played over there.
Yeah.
I've played over
Did you
there.
win?
Yeah, we did. Do you want to talk through that a little bit?
Yeah. I do want to. I wanted. We've spoken briefly because this is interesting, Braith. I want to know about the phone call. How you reacted. Who was in your team? Who was your captain? The experience. Like you were 18, 19 at the time.
I was 19 and just played. I think it was my first full season, and I watched Joey Johns and Newcastle beat Parramatta in the grand final
Won.
when
Was
Parra
that
were
year?
just
Wow.
like outright favourite. Ben Kennedy scored, I think.
Yeah.
And I was at I think I was at Hendo's house when I got the call because we'd had a big night.
What with Hendo?
Because it was mad. It was pretty much Mad
Hendo's
Monday
still
for us.
going.
I was going to say, I seen him on the weekend.
Hendo hasn't
He's still going.
stopped
He's
since
still going since we made your
2001.
debut for Australia, yeah.
But I remember we were at the house. We had a big night because I was in off season too. Only we'd probably been knocked out a couple of weeks before. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't even know if you were there
No, I
then. No,
wasn't
you
at the
weren't.
club yet. I hadn't played this
We would have been in the finals. I'm sure. I'm assuming. But we had a big night, and then traditionally what happens is they name it after the morning after grand final. So they ring you the next morning, which I can't even talk through what the night was like, but I was hung as shit. Got a phone call in Hendo. I think he goes in Hendo's room.
He's still there.
And this is for anyone at home, it's from one of my best mates.
Yeah.
And then, mate, I was like, you're in the Aussie team. I'm like, fuck, wow.
Do you know who rang
19,
you?
huh?
Do you know who rang you?
I can't remember who rang me.
I've got a similar story.
Chris
but go
Anderson
on.
was the coach. And then I remember ringing mum straight away and all that sort of stuff. And it was amazing. Like, at that time, actually, there was the Iraq War was on.
I fucking do remember
So
this.
a couple pulled out. I
Yes.
think Gordy pulled out.
That's right.
And maybe Shane Webke. Maybe. So I think it was Shane Webke. So it didn't no disrespect to those two, but it didn't impact the team that
I
greatly,
do.
but we're flying over some pretty dodgy areas at the time.
Yeah.
But in the team, I'll talk you through the team. Joey Johns, Darren Lockyer, Brad Fittler, Trent Barrett, Wendell Saylor, Lottie DeKiri, Danny Badiris,
Wow.
Petro Simonasiva. Mate, honestly, the list goes on.
Do you remember who the back rows were? With BK in the side?
BK.
Was Hindy on that one?
Hind, oh no, I don't know if
Not
Hindy
sure.
was on that one actually.
One?
I don't think he was, mate. No.
Because he made the grand final. Maybe he was.
Oh,
that
you
one,
had to
mate.
be then.
He
I
would-
think,
would have been there.
I'm not really. I'm
Yeah.
surprised I remembered all that, but I do.
Yeah.
I remember getting into camp, and I was like kid,
Yeah.
and mate, they were loose, mate. Joey, Lockie, Freddie, mate. Mate, even Gowie might have been there.
Freddie wasn't walking around barefoot back then, was he?
Oh, that was Freddie in his prime, and Joey, mate, Lockie, and I'm like a little kid going, is this what it takes to be the best in the world? These guys are loose.
This sounds
man.
like my whole experience, bro.
I was like, oh fucking hell! Like these guys are crazy, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I haven't
Next
seen
level.
shit.
Next level.
But that's the off-field stuff. On-field, they were
Oh,
professional,
Turn 'em
hard
up, show
workers. First on the field, you demand like every session was like a game, nerve-wracking. You're like, man, I can't drop this. You got to be in your position. You can't let the team down. Like the expectation and the deliverables to be an Australian player was it was extreme and high pressure. Like no matter what, when you stepped on that field, man, you hold your own or fuck off,
out.
you know. And the only thing I'd say is we won the whole thing, but my first touch. Like, so I was on the bench as 14, like play anywhere.
Yeah.
And, mate, I shouldn't, like, Chris Anderson had a heart attack in the stands. We didn't even know.
A legit one.
Legit heart attack. Don't laugh.
You're laughing.
Because he's healthy now and I was close with those, so it's all right. But he had a heart attack. We didn't even know while the game's on, right? So, anyway, that was one part of it. The other part was, mate, Lottie goes, I think it was Lottie or Wendell went down injured in the 50th minute or something, 40th minute, and I'm on the bench. They put me on the wing.
Yeah, I remember.
And
flying winger.
mate, I scored a try within 10 minutes. I ran down and jumped up above
That's right.
and put the ball down. And I was like, I nearly scored two.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
because back then I was young and didn't give a shit. I was just chasing everything and just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. But that was kind of my thing.
And
but
you toured. You were in England for that.
yeah. We toured over in England. It was awesome, mate. Staying
good
in
nights
Leeds. Oh my god,
good?
got some stories there too. Nah, actually,
World Club Challenge.
I actually got some good stories over there.
Yeah.
Is there any that you can tell?
Memories.
Just one little one.
Nah.
Nah, it's
No.
what
I roomed with Jason Rolls, actually. That's how we got the deal
I
done for
was going
Jonah.
to say no under the Pezet.
Yeah.
25
Would
years ago,
Fitzy
we
have
did this
been in
deal.
that team? Fitzgibbon.
Fitzy, maybe. Oh, mate, I don't know the whole thing, but hey, what about you, Ren?
Well, I was similar, and I've told this story a few times, but I was at the courthouse.
Courthouse.
I was at
Yeah.
the courthouse with Sparkles.
Similar situation.
It was
mate.
like 10 a.m. and Mum rings me and she's like, "You need to get home. You're in the Aussie team." I was like,
Your mum rang you to tell you.
like, "Get fucked. She's like, you're in the Australian team. Get home."
Anything to get him home.
Gary Carden, Ricky had rang Gary,
Oh, man.
Gaz,
Yeah.
and said, "I'm going to pick him."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Fuck, Sparkles, we got to go." Like, I'm in the Australian team.
Oh,
So we get home. Mum's like, "Look at you, you're a fucking disgrace." So they're
What's
around
new?
there.
She did
So
that
back
today.
then, yeah, still am. So back in, they used to name the team on the radio, and then they announced a squad, and I'm not in the side. I'm looking at Mum, going, "What the fuck? What just happened? Like, you've just got me home."
courthouse.
you know what?
I'm
Just
going to court.
quickly, I think they did that with me too. I don't think I got a phone call. I think they announced it anyway. Carry on.
Yeah, I wasn't in the side, and I was
Yeah.
thinking, "What's going on?" I said, "Sparkles, let's go." We went down Maroubra Bay, and then Ricky actually rang Gaz and said, "Tell Ren I wanted him in the team." I think Bozo might have outvoted him
It wouldn't be the first or last time he did that.
to bring Tunza in.
Hang on. So you got told you're in, and
I
then you
told
weren't
her in,
selected.
and then I wasn't selected.
How bad is that?
Yeah, well, it was.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
that happened
first
to
of
me.
all,
That
I
happened to
did-
me for
yeah,
New South Wales
I-
one year
I
too. It
didn't
was
think-
all bozo, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Well, I didn't expect to be.
God rest his soul.
Not even close into the side, and then get picked, and then not picked. So I go back to the pub, and then they go in for medical. Tunza pulls out, but I'd had
What
a
happened? He
belter.
broke his jaw.
I'm not sure.
His jaw hit the ground. He was dragging his jaw around. They said that.
Mandible was too heavy. Yeah, and then I had to come into camp, and I was fucking hung as shit. So the debutants were me, Hainsey, Kem Smith, GI, and Anthony Tubes. So yeah, so we go into camp, and I'm like the last,
cool.
last player picked. We go to the Coogee Bar. I'm already hungover as fuck anyway, so I'm drink fit.
You're bendering.
Oh, I'm drink
He's got
fit.
straight from
Hang
the
on.
Maroubra Bay to the Coogee Bay.
Well, Sticky did a fitness session. I was like, oh my God. And when you're 23, 24, you get through it.
Yeah.
But then we go to the Coogee Bay, and then when we left the Coogee Bay, we went back to the hotel, and we're sitting all in the corridors, like the whole team.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking up and down, just going, how am I here? And look who the loosest characters are. And I'm not going to mention any names, but
Yeah.
fuck, it was wild.
Yeah.
Wild. And then, yeah, you go into camp, you go into training. And I remember Lockie, I was like filling in the back row, and Lockie was just firing these balls
Yeah,
at me.
man,
And
so
you're just
silky.
like so nervous, but you like, I'd never been past the ball that hard and under that much pressure, and it was just a training session.
Yeah.
So we go on. I would break my ankle in the first test, but fuck, it's a good
Yeah,
experience.
great experience. And these guys have got the opportunity over there. And, you know, you look at the team again, just going back to the team, we haven't got the English team. You know, the English team, you know what I'm struggling with? Like, I obviously cover the NRL every game. I watch the Super League too because of Willie this year in particular. I've watched the last couple of years. But if you watch a Super League game, an NRL game, and you look at the teams, you just can't see England. I can't see England winning. But you just think, and you said something on the way in the car to the potty. You said, yeah, but sometimes there's too many good players or too many dominant players that can get in each other's way. And it's like, you know what? We have seen that before.
We have.
Do you think that's probably the big concern?
Oh,
Or
it's a concern. I don't think anyone's really giving England the respect they deserve, especially playing on home turf over there. You
Yeah.
think of what Wigan did to Penrith out here.
that's true.
You know, like, yeah, the quality of or the standard of rugby league won't be as high as NRL for longer periods throughout a whole season, but these kids can play, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Lewis Todd get picked.
Mikey Lewis is Mikey Lewis. He's a gun.
And you've got some Aussie flavour to it, right?
Yeah.
You got Brimson. Who else is there? Is Rad's going?
Did
Nah, because
No,
he's
Rad's is gone.
suspended.
Yes, right.
Is Herbie playing or no?
He'll be
Farmer,
playing for sure.
fuck,
He's a
mate,
gun.
he's
So
a
he
gun.
did-
He's
yeah.
coming
He's
back
a
from
freak.
injury.
Yeah, he'll be. No, he didn't do ACL. He did hamstring.
Did a
Should be
hamstring,
sweet.
hammy.
he'd be right. So you're playing at Wembley as well. So there's a lot of historic value to that stadium. I just
That
think it's
crowd
going to
will
be a
just-
far closer game than most people think.
No, I think
And I would not be surprised, and I know I'm fucking not giving a definitive answer here, but I wouldn't be surprised if England come away with a win here.
Yeah, okay.
Because I can see Australia building into the contest.
Yeah.
Maybe it's game 2, game 3, but maybe this first one,
if there's any complacency,
it's going to be,
they'll
they'll know about it.
they'll know about it straight
Yeah.
away. Yeah, they're pretty fired up.
So you're tipping Australia,
I'm tipping the Aussies. I think the Aussies.
I've got to go with my Aussies. Mate.
and are you going Tonga or Samoa? I'm going Tonga.
Of course you are.
No, I just love Katoa as a half, and
Yeah, geez, that's a tough one to pick, isn't it? Like,
the game under.
I
The
did
belt's
like
gotta-
Samoa last week, and I thought they should have won.
They should have won that game.
But does that even hurt them this week? Because now they're kind of getting, they got to win, right?
Yeah.
They're getting to that
They're under
stage.
pressure.
We just went through the Tongan forward pack and also Katoa. I'll go with Samoa because of Reni.
Yeah, thanks,
I'll
mate.
back my mate.
Yeah, no. Samoa and the Aussies.
All right. Well, that's about it for this week. I think we got
is.
anything else to cover. We
Cox Plate this weekend.
covered
Remember
most of
off
it.
yesterday,
Yeah. Who are you tipping in the Cox Plate?
I haven't done the
Haven't
form
done
just
it
yet.
yet.
The preview will be on tomorrow
Your head's
night.
still at the Everest, isn't it?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm already starting to think about Flemington Carnival Week. It's my favourite of the year.
Yeah. So we'll have a potty next week, guys. We'll probably we'll look at the Pacific Nations and we'll have plenty to talk about with the Test match and anything else that pops up over the next.
Might even get
week.
a few guests or something.
Yeah, we might even get a few guests over the next few weeks, as we said last week. Rennie's going to Samoa to take
Friday.
on.
I do go
Fucking let's go.
next Friday's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, so one more show for me.
One more
and then
show for Ren, and then I'm going to
Be
Bali
back
at
for
some point
Christmas.
again. And
Are you going Bali again?
yeah,
New
going.
Year's?
No. I'm going in about 3 weeks, just for only another, I think 8 or 9 days. Then that'll do me.
Maybe
Got my
we'll
hit.
do a what do you call it? Like a Skype fucking one.
Zoom,
Zoom one. Skype.
Rennie,
Skype.
over in
FaceTime.
Samoa.
We'll do it
Just FaceTime
Actually,
record.
Rennie and I'll just do an episode at Tanuki with Jung.
Mate,
Stay
you're the
away.
only
I'm
one going
well and
to
truly
these
staying
days.
away from you
Yeah.
till I get on this plane, mate.
All right. Have a great week. See you, legends.
Ciao.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.